This is Isaac from Contender Bicycles, and today we bring you our kids e-bike and bike buyer's guide. We carry bikes from Scott, BMC, Specialized, and Mondraker, all set up for your little rippers to get them up and going. Now up in the upcoming season, it's possible your kid might have grown out their current bike as they do way too fast, and it's time to get them on something new. The first of the options is going to be the Scott Ransom 400 and 600 or full suspension kids e-bikes. These are going to be for the kids who want to get out there and get after it. And our kids full suspensions come equipped with 140 millimeters of travel front and rear regardless of what company you are looking at. We have full suspension options from Scott and Mondraker. Scott has the Ransom as mentioned, and then Mondraker has the Trick in 26 and 24-inch wheel options. X-Fusion suspension decorates the Scott with the Shimano Dior 11 speed 500 series shifting and 500 series 2-piston brakes. The Mondraker is going to be a little bit nicer. It's going to be set up with 4-piston SRAM G2 brakes, and it's going to be set up with a SRAM NX/SX shifting system on their full suspension kids bikes. Mondraker also has X-Fusion suspension, but it's also going to have a little bit more control. It's the Velvet versus the Slash suspension system that actually has compression and rebound control over this current X-Fusion system. While full suspensions are awesome and they're going to be great for a little sender, it's very possible that your kid isn't quite confident enough where he wants to be hitting gaps that big, or maybe you just want something a little bit more reliable and easier to work on. And that's going to bring us to the most popular option, which is a fully rigid kids bike. This is the BMC Twostroke AL24, but it also comes in a 20-inch option. The rigid tends to be the most popular kids bike we have in terms of they are easier to work on, there's less parts, which means they're cheaper, and the bigger tires means more comfort and more traction for your kids, as opposed to a suspension fork on the front. Because a suspension fork on the front on a hardtail bike like this, usually suspension forks on the front of kids' bikes are heavy, they don't have a lot of control, and there's honestly, a lot of them are coil forks, which means you can't even adjust them to your kid's weight. And at that point, you're spending a lot extra money on something that's probably not worth it. So we usually recommend as fully rigid as the way to go when your kid is starting out, if they're not quite confident enough to get them on a full suspension yet. But the other side of riding kids e-bike comes in when you, as the parent, want to go out and ride with your kids, but there's a lot of stop and go, and maybe you're not getting your full workout in. And that's where the last of our e-bikes comes into play, and that's kid e-bikes. We carry kid e-bikes from Mondraker, and we carry kid e-bikes from Specialized as well. The Mondraker is going to be our full suspension version. This is the F-Play 26, and we also have the F-Play 24, which is just the same bike but with 24-inch wheels. And then Specialized makes their Turbo Levo SL Kids, which is a hardtail kids e-bike. The F-Play 26 is exactly like the F-Trick in the analog e-bike version in terms of componentry. Same X-Fusion suspension. It's the same SRAM 12-speed drivetrain. It's also got SRAM 4-piston brakes. But this is fully set up for a kid to get out there and rip. They are tuned down a little bit from a full adult e-bike because the kid is most likely going to weigh less. But if you as a parent want to go out, you can still get your full workout with your kid on an e-bike because they're going to be pedaling a little bit faster. They're going to have the assist. They're not going to stop as much, and you can get a better workout as well. This is also super fun for the kids because having a little bit of boost is always great. We have all these options here in store at Contender Bicycles. Feel free to come on by and look at them and bring your kid on in, have them try them out and see which one is going to work best for them.